What's up, guys? Welcome back to the bianconerizon for another hot take video. Actually, it's not really hot takey, but it's how am I gonna say it? Like, it's a big topic, you know, for concern basically, and it's about the players basically going against Allegri at this point. Before we get into the video, please like the video. It's very easy. It takes 1 second, and subscribe to the channel. And yeah, let's get into the video. First off, before I start the video, I'm gonna say there's no facts behind this. Like, there are some rumors, like some articles, news reports, not really from the greatest sources, I'm not gonna lie. So I'm not really gonna base it on that. I'm gonna base it on what we see on the pitch and what you can basically feel, and that's players not really playing for the coach. And I think the first how do you want to say that, the first sign of that was Di Maria questioning the Milik sub on the field in front of the cameras after the Benfica game. Like, when that happened, I said, like, they don't really care at this point. Like, they are not buying in what Allegri is selling them. And I think that's obvious on the pitch, because there's no fight. Forget about playing style and all. Like, there's not even a fight. Like, if you actually believe in the coach as a team and you're just going through a very difficult moment, you at least show some fight, some proud, like just the basic stuff on the pitch. We're not even showing that. Like, going off like the simple signs, basically just eye test, not news reports. You can see the players are not playing for him anymore, and that's the biggest issue a coach can ever have, because once that trust is broken, I have no idea how he's going to restore the trust. I have no idea how he's going to convince the players that things are going to change. I think once the relationship is broken, number one, but I think with a few players, then it's very difficult. On top of that, he goes into the media and basically calls out players by name and stuff like that. It's not a good situation. Like, it's not, I don't think you can reverse it, basically. I think once that relationship is broken, the players will look at you in a different way. And I think it's not a positive way. It's not going to help us, for sure. So it's an issue. Like, it's a big issue, besides the fact that we are terrible on the pitch, you know, playing wise, playing style, whatever. Like, look at Vlahovic. Like, he looks pissed off 24/7. He looks unhappy 24/7. He's moaning, like, he can control a ball, like, he doesn't, like, you can see he's frustrating, he's running towards players. And I wouldn't be shocked if he's the next guy picking up a red card or stupid yellow card that could be a second, just pure on frustration. Like, he scored his last open goal, I think it was against Sassuolo, with 8 games into the season or something like that, with the Champions League 9. That's ridiculous. Like, it's ridiculous. And I know he's not playing well. Like, who is playing well? But, like, the way we play is just horrendous for any striker. Like, it's, like, I can only imagine how it is. I can't imagine. Like, I play up top in the Sunday League like a few times, and when the opponent is much better than you, it's horrendous. Like, you're just up there and you're like, what the hell am I doing? Just running around like headless chicken, hoping the ball at some point will fall to you in a good position, because it's not going to happen through build-up and stuff like that. And you just hope a set piece or like a mistake. Like, that's what you're hoping for. Let alone him on a top level, doing this for 90 minutes week in, week out. Like, all these little things you can see, like, the relationship between club and player is poor at this point. Excuse me. And it needs to be resolved. And how can it be resolved? I think it can only be resolved by removing the coach at this point. And I have no idea. Like, I have literally no idea how Agnelli is sitting there looking at this and be like, I think he can turn it around. Now, if he turns it around, and with turning it around, I mean not scraping top 4. Like, that's not turning around. Turning around is competing for the title, making it out of the group of the Champions League. That's turning it around for me. Like, I'm not going to lower the bar for one bit. Like, I'm not going to do that if he remains the coach. He needs to fight for the title. He needs to make it through out of the group. Like, that's turning it around. I'm not going to lower the bar. I will be shocked. I don't know what more, I don't want to say that, a bigger word than shocked is in this case. But if that happens under Allegri, I'll be confused as hell. Because I don't see it, Netfed doesn't see it, and I think more and more people in the board are like, this is not really going to happen. But Agnelli at this point is still like, he can turn it around. And why he's doing that is pride, stubbornness, the fact that he put Allegri in that position with a big contract. So if he sacks Allegri, it's again on him. It's not looking good on him. And he's basically now praying and hoping he will turn it around. Like, there's no, I don't want to say that, belief. Like, surely Allegri is not believing he can turn it around. It's just hope. And hope that he turns it around so he doesn't need to admit he was wrong. He's a smart guy. Let's be honest, he's a smart guy. Surely he cannot be sitting there and he's like, what he's seeing there and believe 100% fully that Allegri can turn this around, because it's a mess at this point. Like, you're losing against Monza, you're not winning against even worse teams than Monza maybe. It's poor. Like, there's nothing that suggests that we can turn it around. And the news is he's not going to get sacked until the World Cup. And that's, like Marquinhos said, very, very worrying, because your season can be done and dusted by the World Cup. And then what? Like, what have you done by then? Like, I actually don't get it. And names as Tudor and Carrera, that's making the joke even more funnier if you're a rival fan. If you're a Juve fan, it makes you cry double as hard. Like, it's a mess. Like, it's a complete mess. It's not working. The players, again, injuries, like, it's excuse after excuse after. There's no accountability. There's no coming out saying, this is on us, coaching staff. We are doing a terrible job. The players are not buying into it. We need to change things up. They come out saying, oh, but the red card changed the game, or the injuries, and what if Chiesa is back? We are also strong. What if this, what if that? Only excuses. Milan didn't have Leao. They played great. They lost that game. Still confused how they did lose that game, but like, that's football. You can lose a game. But they were not like, Leao was out, like, holy shit, what do we need to do now? They just play their game because they have a style of play. They believe in what they do and they just pick it up. And yes, you can still lose games. It's possible. It's football. That's fine. You can lose games. But they do in what they believe. Injuries or no injuries. That's it. They go into a game with injuries, without injuries. They do their thing and they're out of there. We go into the game with injuries. After the game, we moan about injuries. He's apparently throwing, like, again, the Gazzetta dello Sport from Fabiano Della Valle, the piece he said about Di Maria, that Allegri believes he's not really fully committed. He's thinking, maybe he is thinking about the World Cup. Like, these articles, I don't like that. If you write that thing, being Fabiano Della Valle, say, not maybe. If you have a maybe, just leave it alone. Like, don't put that out there, because you're putting a story, you're putting more pressure on Di Maria by adding a maybe. I don't like that. Are you right? Like, come on. You know? How do you want to say it? Own it up. If you write that article, say, yes, Allegri believes Di Maria is thinking about the World Cup. Not maybe. Like, if you write that, screw it. You know, I'm going to give you attention because I'm doing it, but like, I'm not going to buy it. Say yes or say no. If you want to come out with a big story, yes or no, not hypothetically, then it's clueless. Like, it's pointless. The article is, you can throw it in the bin, basically. What I do believe is that he is doubting the players he basically signed. I'm not shocked. Actually, I am shocked, because usually he overprotects players. Now he's throwing them under the bus a little bit, and I have no idea how the club is sitting there and be like, yeah, this is healthy, this is good, because if the club really know Allegri, like we all know Allegri, he usually doesn't do that. Like, he protects his players until the bitter end. He protects Keane, comes out saying he played good games when we all know, you know, he played a terrible game. Alexandro, same, loses you the Supercoppa basically. Comes out saying it was his best game ever. I'm like, holy shit, you know. Like, that's what he does. Now he's throwing players under the bus, basically. So we flipped, and I think that's a sign of, you know, not being fully committed, not believing in yourself that you can turn it around, basically. But this is a situation. It's a 2-week break. There are no players. They're all at the World Cup, so they're coming back, and I have no idea what the club believes that's gonna change. I have actually no idea. Like, I'm really confused what the club is thinking in terms of, we come back from the World Cup and then everything will be fine. Like, no idea what they're thinking, but that's the situation at the moment. And I've said it before, if the players don't believe in the coach, then what are we doing at that point? Like, what are we doing? Like, it's just, you know, being kind of delusional and, you know, having no plan, basically, again. Because if it's not working between players and coach, I mean, that's kind of the point of football or any team sport. Like, if the team doesn't believe in the coach, are not really listening, are not playing for them, then, you know, it's done. But yeah, that's it for this video. Let's see what will happen today. Maybe something happened when the news dropped. So, you know, it is what it is. But, you know, gonna wrap it up. Please like the video, subscribe to the channel, and we will see you back tonight. Ciao, guys.